Once again, we want to give all glory, praise, and honor.
Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem, Rakakadash.
Shanya Kabad, and Walla Rakwam, Koya Nawa, Wasalayaki Nawa, and the belongings to our apostles and elders who pray millstone, Shalom, Wakaraki, Lakoya, Shalayaki, Lala, we pray that honor and blessings to the elect of Israel. Once again, you're looking at the true Hebrew Israelites.
Speak up a little bit.
Israelites according to the Bible. The actual descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So they're coming out to usher in the downfall, usher in our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, and they preach the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is known as America in the Holy Scriptures. You have a lot of things going on in the world right now that resemble biblical prophecy. And what you have to do is you got to remember that you have to actually look at the macroeconomics of this place in order to understand the reason why Babylon is actually falling. As a matter of fact, you can start off with Esau, the end of the world. Let's go there. Because America is prophesied to fall in the Bible. There are many names, such as Babylon the Great, such as Sodom and Egypt, such as Nineveh, Assyria, right? And according to World War III, America is going to fall. But you have to ask yourself, who's running the world right now? Who owns America? Go ahead and grab that.
Yeah, 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. I'll start at 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born to him, but Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right, so now we understand that the wicked, the whole world is given into the hands of the wicked. That wicked, when you go precept upon precept, line upon line, is none other than the so-called white man today. He's been hiding his nationality. He's been trying to be anything and everybody but himself. So Esau is the so-called white man, and he's ruling the entire world today. And America is that whore that sits on top of this beast system, right? And this place is quickly spiraling down the drain. So you have a lot of things that are going on in the world right now, and our job is to bring out biblical prophecy. So now when you look at something called, there's something called the BRICS nations. We're all well aware of that. The BRICS nations comprise of what, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Now all of a sudden, what's happening is these nations are coming together and they're striving to create a monetary system that's actually backed behind something tangible, real money like gold, right, like silver and other precious metals. The reason why is because America is backed behind nothing but debt. So America really isn't established upon anything. These other countries are realizing it, and now you have even the allies of America, such as Saudi Arabia, such as Turkey, and I think other nations like Egypt. They're all applying to become a part of the BRICS nations. They're realizing that this dollar really isn't worth anything. They're realizing that this dollar is it has no value, it's not backed behind anything, and they're tired of Esau's debt. Let's grab Obadiah.
That's Obadiah 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? Verse 7. It says, all the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Right, so it says all the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border, meaning what? They're speaking out against you. Right, your adversaries or your allies are turning against you. And one of them being Saudi Arabia. Now, this is the reason why, though. You got to ask, because it's not just the fact that the Lord is making biblical prophecy come to pass. The Most High's ways are far out. And what brothers always say is the Most High is basically playing chess. Right, so now you had this war that we all know of, Russia-Ukraine war, right? So the Russia-Ukraine war was happening. And Saudi Arabia not only does deals with America, but Saudi Arabia also does deals with Russia. So Saudi Arabia told America, look, don't put any sanctions on Russia because of this Russia-Ukraine war. But what did America do? They said, you know what? Nah, we're not going to listen to Saudi Arabia. We're the ones in power right now. And they still went ahead and put sanctions on Russia. That affects Saudi Arabia because they still do deals with them. So by putting sanctions on Russia, America was fucking with Saudi Arabia indirectly. So they said, you know what? The leader of Saudi Arabia, they went over to China they met up, had a deal, and they said, you know what, we're not worried about giving America this low-cost petroleum anymore, this oil. We're going to just make a deal with China, and that's exactly what they did. So now, China, being one of the most populous countries in the world, actually has a deal to get oil at a cheaper price than what America's going to be getting it from Saudi Arabia now. All because Biden and his so-called presidency, his administration, their pride was lifted up and they said, we're America, we can do whatever we want. Now we're seeing biblical prophecy play out. We're seeing here in Obadiah these words actually jumping off the page and coming to life. Right, so America's quickly spiraling down this drain, and it's not going to be healed. And we'll grab that too. Reading Obadiah.
This Obadiah 7 says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Right, so Saudi Arabia was one of those nations. They were at peace with you. But now it says they even deceived you. Why? Because, okay, you don't want to value me as your partner. You don't want to value me as someone that's actually doing business with you. I asked you to do something and you ignore my request. Okay, cool. I'll go to your enemy now. I'll go to China. I'll make a deal with China and give them oil at a cheap price. Now, watch, very soon, probably sometime early next year, mid next year, who knows? You're going to see the price of oil gradually start increasing over here in the U.S. And I'm not talking about increasing, you know, like 50 cents, like how we saw it during like the height of COVID. I'm talking about dollars. You're talking about oil going up to the point where people are actually going to be considering, should I actually buy dinner tonight for my child, or do I buy oil in order to go to work tonight? What do I have to do? And this is all because of your so-called president. But once again, now we're seeing biblical prophecy being super played out here in America. And that's why we say, look, you can't just focus. It's not good enough if you're a prophet to just focus here in Babylon the Great. Because the reason why Babylon is going to fall is due to global and economic, policies. Right? That's the reason why things happen on the macro scale and it affects micro domestically inside. I know you had a precept for Jeremiah. Well, it's not, it's going to Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 51 and 7. No, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not caught off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
Right, so now, once again, and this is just one example. This is just one example of how Babylon is making the entire earth drunken. But now we can also bring it back to this dollar. This dollar isn't back behind anything. That's why we always say that it's not an actual currency. You read in the scriptures what true money was, and what does it say? Where is that in Exodus 14, I think? Maybe Exodus 14 and 1. We'll find it. But it talks about what I think Moses or Abraham, somebody was actually rich in. Gold, cattle, land. Right? That's Genesis 14. Is that what it is? It's not this dollar. All the dollar is paper with no kind of value. The dollar is back behind debt. And that's one of the why, which is nothing more than a philosophy that these other nations were drunk with. The petroleum dollar, which made the whole wide world go crazy. Now they're realizing that it's a BS. That's all that it is. Right?
Yeah, Genesis 13 and 2. Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold.
Right, so cattle, silver, and gold. These are actually, this is actually currency. These things actually have some kind of value. You can actually trade these things and you can flourish. But that's why Esau, he doesn't want you to have those things. Esau doesn't want you to actually own land. He doesn't want you to have cattle, have your own farm. And he damn sure don't want you to have gold. That's why he's hoarding it. He doesn't know what to do with it. He just knows to keep it away from us. The so-called commoner, that's all it is. Because if he knew what to do with gold, this man would actually be thriving in this place. There's so many properties with gold that we don't even know of right now. And we're going to get all that knowledge back in the kingdom. But as of right now, Esau's hoarding it up. And these other nations, they're realizing, you know what? Gold is real currency. Silver is real currency. We don't need the dollar anymore. It's back behind debt. As a matter of fact, the debt in this place is so high that there's no way in what, 500 to 1,000 years that economists are saying that it be paid down. It's so good. Say something?
No, I was going to say good. You mentioned about the gold. Like, that's what China's doing. China's making up a digital currency for the digital yuan. Right? A lot of gold from different countries. So have it backed by their digital yuan.
China, well, exactly, because the BRICS nations, what the BRICS nations are trying to do is what they want to do is build. See, now what they're doing is they're building this currency, like the brother just said, that's backed behind like gold and other metals, but they're doing it in the form of a CBDC or a CD.
CB.
Right? Okay, a CBDC, right? And now when you talk to these international bankers, they'll tell you, they're straight out blatant. You got to find the videos, but they're telling you that that CBDC is going to be in your body. And they're telling you straight up, they're not hiding it anymore. And that's why the ways of Esau is being searched out. The prophets have spoken through the Holy Scriptures, through the Spirit, and now if the Spirit is working with you, you can actually see these things. You got a precept, but I want to go back to Jeremiah. No, get your precept now.
God, Habakkuk 2 and 4, I'm going to read down to 5. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
Right, so this man is constantly thinking, what can I do each and every single day to grab more power? How can I continue owning these people? How can I actually take this dollar to the next level? Because, you see, Esau, he's not Esau, they know that this dollar has no kind of value. And you see, this dollar, it's failing to the point where they're saying, this entire dollar is failing to the point where Esau is saying, you know what, we have to do something different. These nations, they realize, they're realizing that this dollar has no value. The Americans know it, the elites know it, so they're all striving to do something different. That something different is that CBDC, and that's going to lead to the MO. We got to use these acronyms like that so that our videos stay up. But you should be at the point right now where you know exactly what we're talking about. And if you don't, ask on the comment board, we'll say something, we'll make more videos about it, do what we got to do. But we're at the point now where we got to be discreet. Because Esau doesn't want these videos up. Esau doesn't want these certain topics to be talked about. That's why they start to use terms like you're a conspiracy theorist. So I'm a conspiracy theory because 1 + 1 is 2. That's what you're telling me? Because it's so simple and blatant that now I have to be labeled a conspiracy theory. Revelation 13 is right in front of our faces. It doesn't take a mad scientist to figure it out. And you can easily link it to the CBDC as well. As a matter of fact, there's this guy who just put Bitcoin in his chips. So you can actually put digital currencies inside of that chip. And you know what too? He said the procedure went wrong when he first put it inside. So he went to a surgeon to actually to take it out. So it can get taken out. But he did say that if you fuck up and you take that thing or you put it in wrong, try to take it out, he said your whole body's gonna be messed up. So you have to make sure that you do it right. But that goes to sort of point that you got certain Israelite kings talking about, oh, at least they used to. Oh, well, you can just take the thing out when the Lord comes back. How are you going to do it?
What?
What, you going to get chopped off the head? It's not going to work like that. Let's turn back to Jeremiah 51. Let's finish that out.
Yeah, Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Right, so these nations are mad, they're upset, and Babylon is small, and it's not going to be healed. And we say it all the time, and we may sound like a broken record, but it's true. Everybody thinks that America is just going to go down this path of another recession. Like we're going to come back from the Great Depression of 1929. It's not going to happen like that. America's not going to go through some kind of depression. It's not going to go through an economic collapse. We're talking about the worst disaster that this place has ever seen. It's going to go out just like Sodom and Gomorrah for the same exact sins plus more. The scriptures say, grab that in Revelation, the sins reach out to heaven, right? 18, around there, 4, like that. Yeah, let's grab that scripture.
I'm going to start on 4.
All right.
This is verse 5. Revelation 18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the power and the Most High hath remembered her iniquity.
Right, so it says that the Most High hath remembered her iniquity. Her meaning of Babylon the Great, America and the people that ran it, that actually created it. Because this place is nothing more than a big-ass experiment. It's nothing but a huge project, and it was started and owned by people that don't even live here. We're talking about your Rothschilds, your Rockefellers. People are always like, why do y'all keep saying they? Because you should know who they are at this point. We damn near in 2023, you don't know who they are? My man, what you talking about? Go ahead, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, even at the workplace, I don't usually bring up these conversations, but, you know, people tend to start talking about conspiracy theories. Even just from the hood that work with us, they be knowing who the 13 families are, man.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
That's
So
true.
knowledge at this point.
Like the brother said, it's common knowledge. We have the internet. Look things up. Just see who.
It's on TikTok.
It's on TikTok. And it is though. You know, people are putting real shit. People are putting videos up there of truth. The truth is actually it's been coming out for a very long time. Starting with our apostles and elders on down. As a matter of fact, go ahead and read.
This is Isaiah 24 and 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men are left. Come, this is Isaiah 24 and 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate.
Jump to verse 7.
Come, verse 7, it says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. Verse 8, the mirth of the tabrets ceaseth. Said the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the heart ceaseth.
Yeah, keep going.
Verse 8, Salaki, verse 9, it says, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
One more verse.
Verse 10, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
Right, and that city of confusion right there, it's an end-time prophecy talking about Babylon the Great. That's America. And it's easy. This place is nothing but utter confusion. You got Tom wanting to be Teresa, Teresa wanting to be Tom. Now you can do it at small ages of 6, 7 years old, right? You got this dollar that we've been talking about, built upon debt. You got these people claiming that they believe in God, but now they create their own constitution. You got nothing but wickedness going on in this place. This place is ruled by witches and warlocks. You got your so-called Democratic Party, your Republican Party. They push it out in your face like they're against each other, like they're having these real live debates, but really they're playing for the same exact side. This place is nothing but confusion. You see? So we got to get out of here. But the point is that now, because of this confusion, you have people that are in America and they're at their lowest vibration. People aren't happy anymore in this place. People aren't actually enjoying this place like they were, I'm gonna say like in the early 2000s, early 90s, you know, shit like that. Music was actually kind of decent. You know, shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, listen to my little Shanti, little J-Lo, you know what I'm saying? Listen to that shit. It was decent. Yeah, I know you. Music was a little bit better. But you don't have people doing the same thing. And really, you know, it stopped super hard, I would say, during COVID. Like when this place started shutting down, families didn't want to meet up with family anymore. I still got family. That's like, oh, no, I don't know if you got it. Oh, I heard you don't got the VACCINE, and we still can't come around it to this day. You know, people don't have what you call it. Don't got kickbacks no more like they used to. You know, to the point where people are now. It's not even just social media. People can't even talk to one another. You got men that are afraid to talk to women. Women don't know how to treat the man. You got nothing but confusion going on in this place, right?
This is 2nd Ezra 14. 2nd Ezra 14 and 16. It's for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Right, and you know what? The reason why greater evils are going to happen is because Esau, he's not just in the 12th round right now. Esau is like in the last 30 seconds of the 12th round. You gotta remember, the last 30 seconds, 12th round, that man that's losing is going to be throwing any and all kind of punches. He's not going to be thinking. There's not much rationale left in Esau's mind. There never really was. But now this man is making decisions with no kind of logic. And he's sacrificing different babies and children and crap like that, opening up different portals. And this man is unleashing the strongest, craziest demons that he knows he can unleash. That's why more evils are coming to this world. He's out here doing rituals, and you know what? We have to counteract that on the right-hand side. We have to be doing the same exact thing. Offering up, it says, a holy sacrifice, acceptable unto the Most High, because that's our reasonable service.
Verse 17, it says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
My gosh, and that's a beautiful thing, because, you know, we're talking about just how, in general, we bring that out to say, oh, the animals are smaller, right? The earth is getting weaker, plants aren't vibrating the same way, food has less nutrition. But we can even see these changes within the past few years, like we've been saying. Within the past 2 or 3 years, we're seeing how this earth is getting weaker. Shit, I remember when I graduated high school, right? I remember looking at, even before that, when I was a freshman in high school, I remember looking at the seniors in high school, big grown-ass men. These dudes had big-ass beards. They were all 6 foot something. They were strong. They were huge and big. And then I remember, I'm telling you, like my junior year, I remember seeing, and I started really looking at the generation after. I'm like, yo, these 10th and 9th graders smaller than us. What the hell is going on? I'm looking at myself, I'm like, you know what? I don't feel that bad no more. I don't feel that bad no more. And then I'm telling you, I kept graduating. And you know, when you graduate, right, you know, you're like a freshman in college, you're still looking back into high school. You still know certain people. I'm looking back and I'm seeing there's nothing but smaller and smaller people coming into high school. And I'm looking at the men, right? I see what's crazy though. The balance is that I'm looking at the women. And I'm like, why do they look so proud? Why do they look so full at 9th and 10th grade? And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm thinking about that precept and I said, damn, it's the fucking food, bro. It's gotta be the food. Esau's mixing chemicals, putting them into these chickens, fattening them up, feeding these cows, all these different foods. And then you got pigs. It's still, till this day, I looked it up, you can do it too. It's still the #1 meat sold in the entire world. So now, these women, they're eating the same meat that the men are, but it's in a way benefiting them and bringing these hormones, and they're looking mad full at like real young ages. Meanwhile, the men are getting smaller. So there's nothing but confusion going on in this place right now. And this man has to go. Is there more on that picture?
Also that estrogen.
Yeah, that's the word I was thinking. That's it right there. It's pumping too much in. It's not good. It's not healthy, right? But that's the product of the wicked rule in this earth right now. That's where we're seeing these little things. They're all tied together right now. What is it, no, Raj?
Well, I was going to say the estrogen makes the man weaker.
Oh.
You know, it gives him the female hormone while the female is getting
overproducing her own money.
Yeah.
So it's all messed up. That's why it's called Babylon.
Yep.
You know, everything's confused, all the way down to our people. You know? That's why you see muffins. All our women are muffins, man. What the hell is going on? And you know muffins is fat.
Yes. Muffin top. Oh, muffin top.
We don't need this. We don't need this. What we need is the herbs, the fruits of the land, you know? This is getting ridiculous of our people. Our people is all out of order. The house is all out of order.
This is 2 Ezra 14 and 18. It says, for the truth is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hasteth the vision to come which thou hast seen.
Right. So now, vision that we're seeing right now is a vision of better promises. Right? Blessings coming to this earth through Yahweh Shai and his men. Right? That mercy that's been extended right now. That's the vision that we're hoping for to come to pass. Right? And we speak about these things, and now we're called hateful. We're called hateful because we're preaching about a better time to come to this earth, but you can actually drink wine with the song. Right? We're talking about you actually being able to party. Our people want to do nothing more than party. All we're saying is that, look, you're going to be able to party for the rest of your goddamn life. You're going to be able to sit back and chill and do whatever you want.
In righteousness.
In righteousness.
Yeah.
Listening to real music.
Yeah.
So how can we actually be called hateful for that? We're telling you that for that to happen, the wicked have to go. They have to go. Got it, Pre? Yes.
2 Ezra 6, and I'll start at 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
Right, and that's happening right now. Starting with our apostles and elders of GMS going down. Even before that, with the elder Abba Bivens, going all the way back to that time. We're talking about damn near the 50s, right? Late 50s, early 60s. Evil has been quenched from the earth starting at that time, and it's happening by the Holy Spirit. And that's why we have to be grateful for the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai. Without his sacrifice, that comforter would have never came down. Evil would have never been quenched. The truth would have never been revealed in these times. And we'd still be under Esau, Edom, wondering, questioning why we were in slavery. Why did this destruction befall our people? Shit, people would have been still questioning God. I know that I was doing that before I came in the ministry. I was one of those men personally that was wondering, why did we go into slavery? And I was asking God genuinely, why did this happen to our people? I know you love us, but why? I just want some kind of answers. Now we have that in the book, in the form of a comforter.
Isaiah 25 and 7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Right, and that happened by Esau Edom. He not only hid his own nationality, but what he did was try to mix nationalities. Try to make it seem like you can be half and half of something. You're half of what your mother is, you're half of what your father is, and now you're a what? You're an African American. Yeah, 25% European. 2% Cherokee. Don't forget about the Cherokee. Yeah, exactly. All that shit. You know, you can somehow be from America, you could be from China if you want, and you can be from South Africa, all three different places. Somehow. It's just nothing but confusion, right? Bunch of lies, like the brother said. Right? But now that truth is actually being revealed, we're understanding, oh, you know what? It does make sense that you're the seed of your father. Why? Because your father planted a seed inside your mom. That's how simple it is. Oh, you know what? It's called a husband. Where does that come from? Husband. It only makes sense. So now, that's only one aspect of the truth being revealed. There's so much to cover, and that's why there's no excuse not to be making videos on a weekly basis. So much to talk about. Let's jump back to second half.
2 Ezra 6 and 27 from the top. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish.
That's happening right now. Faith is most definitely flourishing right now in this place. And that's how we're going to make it out of here, by faith. The scriptures talk about how what? It says the just shall live by faith. Right? Yeah, you know, happy to not right? Maybe some but the just shall live by faith. We're not looking to make it out of here by keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. Now, is that a good thing to do? Absolutely. Should we be striving to keep it? Yes. Do it to the best of your capabilities, but understand that the Most High ain't sending his son, and Yahweh Shai going to be looking back and saying, you keep all 614 laws? No. He's not going to be saying that to you. He's going to be coming back and saying, you know what? I'm pleased in you because you kept your faith in me. That's it.
That's right.
That's it. He put you through different trials and tribulations, and you maintain your trust. You show that you had integrity. That's what he's looking for. So faith right now is flourishing. And nothing is wrong with asking the Most High to increase your faith. Add unto your faith if you need it. We need it. We all need it. If that's the only way to make it out of here, what's wrong with asking? And it's a gift. That gift ain't given to men. Why do you think the scriptures talk about the remnant? And then furthermore, Yahweh Shai said, I've chosen you. If the Most High, whose only begotten Son, has chosen you, that means he had to give you that gift of faith. It ain't given to men. That'd be pretty good.
Romans 3:21, but now the righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested or revealed, being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of the Most High, which is by faith of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, unto all and upon all them that believe, but there is no difference.
Right, so you have to remember that before Yahweh Shai came on the scene, before he was actually our sacrifice, that our righteousness came by keeping the law. Right, so we kept the law. And what we did was, according to the old covenant, we actually, the Levites, the priests of our nation, they offered sacrifices on the altar for our sins each and every single year. So they were performing that ceremony, if you will, for the nation of Israel's sins. But now that that old covenant is done away with, that law of sacrifice according to the old covenant is done, and now we're looking forward to this new covenant. Right now we have grace. We're under grace. And our righteousness isn't the law anymore. Our righteousness is keeping faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son. Those are probably new names to you, but get them in your head. They're right here too. Right? But now our faith is what makes us righteous. Our faith is what allows us to find mercy in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're not going to be able to keep the laws 100% because we're not sovereign. We're not ruling. We're not in our own land. How can you say to keep the laws 100% if your people aren't governing the world with those laws? It's not possible. So we need mercy right now. And that's why you got people out here talking about how they don't sin. I don't sin because the Lord covered my sin. That's not true. It means that when you do sin, remember that you have a covenant. Yahweh Shai offered himself for your sins. So repent. Didn't he always say that? Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Constantly, all day. Go ahead and finish second Esdras, bro.
Yep. Second Esdras 6 and 26. 28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Right, so it says the truth that have been so long without fruit is finally being declared right now. You got to remember that during the time of the so-called Dark Ages, that was really what the Byzantine Empire was doing. It was about a period of 1,000 years, right? During that time, Esau, he wasn't in the earth. This man was down. He was down and out in the caves. Right now, after that, the so-called Renaissance period came about, which Renaissance means what? Rebirth. During that rebirth period, Esau Edom did nothing but spread wickedness and lies all throughout this entire place. He took our book, changed it up. He put our people in captivity. We didn't know who we were, calling ourselves black. Black is the color of my goddamn food. I'm not black. Furthermore, black means dark. It means evil. The people that put us in captivity, they're the real niggas. They're the real black people, dark people. But you see now, ever since that period of what those 350 years of when our people went through captivity, right now we're coming into this light, this understanding of the scriptures. Now we have this comfort. that's given us all this knowledge. And we can sit back and we can say, wow, that's why our people went into captivity. Wow, that's why we've been calling ourselves black. You had people. Did you know that the so-called African American studies were actually created by two so-called Jews? Well, one of them, his name was Franz Boas. And the other one, let me think. It'll come to me later. At the end, you can't watch. That's what it always does. You're driving, going home, and you're like, damn, that's what I meant to say. But Franz Boas, just look it up. That's one of the creators of so-called African American studies. A man that took our nationality, told us who we are. Does that make any goddamn sense? Then furthermore, they gave us so-called Jesus Christ during the time of slavery and still got our people pressed that same exact name.
Yeah, when we stay, what they call this over?
So I couldn't hear you say it again.
What call the people that's over?
Over there now, they're called JEWS. They're called the people of the Holy Bible. But you see,
That's over.
one more time for me. That's who they are. But now there's a doctrine to where they believe and say that they're the actual holy people according to the Bible. But we'll show you now, Psalm 83 verse 1, that there was a conspiracy to hide the true nationality of who we are. That's why we have this sign right here, because this is prophecy. When you read the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, the Most High told us to actually get a stick, a banner like this, and to put our people onto it. So when they come up like this, they can see, oh, you know what? Right here, on my left-hand side, your right-hand side, that's what we're being called today. These are bywords. We have that in Deuteronomy 32. Who has Psalm 83? Okay, grab Deuteronomy.
Or did you have something with it?
Wait, you good? I can do
they was
it.
gonna ask
Deuteronomy 28, Deuteronomy 32. Right. So now, this is what they actually told us who we are. These are bywords, right? This is our true nationality according to the Bible. So before we read these two precepts, I want to ask you, brother, what would you or one call yourself on this side? Yeah, on this side. Where's your father from? What about black? When you fill out a job application, do you check off black? Other? Why do you check off other? I'm just curious. Okay, what is that? Right, so you would be smart. Let me get that. They call you today. The word would call you black. That was a byword.
Because this is Deuteronomy 28 and 32. It says, thy son and thy daughter shall be given to another people. Thine eyes shall look and fail with one.
37.
Done. Verse 37.
So this is a little curse, right? The law was being read to our people. And this was a curse that was being told, look, if you listen to the law, statutes, and commandments, blessings will come unto us. If we didn't listen, curses would happen to us. This right here is one of the curses that actually did befall our people because we transgressed the Most High's law. Check this out.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment,
Right?
a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
Right, so right now on this right-hand side of you, these are the bywords that was given to our people. This is why we're in astonishment. I said it earlier, but the color, the word black is nothing more than a color. That's the color of your gloves, your watch, my jacket. Our people, you're not black, absolutely. Anything our people are different shades of brown. If you're going to actually generalize the way we look, we would say different shades of brown. That's exactly what we are. But you saw Peter, the man who is on the entire world, the so-called white man, he's not white man. He actually is not. He gave us different bywords. But like you said, your true nationality comes from a man named Judah. He would be called a Judah. Now the world would look at me, they would call me a black man, right? I'm not actually so-called black man. I'm from a man named Dad.
I seen
Yeah.
support Judah.
Everybody has a wrong.
Yep. I don't even think that's there today, but they did change the map. I saw the map too. Even before that, it's all there, just like you said. Right, absolutely.
Yeah, we gotta get one of those, man.
You have
That's
Fort
powerful,
Judah,
yeah.
you have Fort Levi, I believe you had Fort Benjamin. They were all there.
They have
Good.
Facebook to stand up.
Good. Check this out too, Solomon.
Yeah, Psalms chapter 83. Psalms 83, verse 1. A song or psalm of Asaph. It says, keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Right, so thine enemies that hate thee have lifted up the head. Basically, he put himself in a position of power. And by putting himself in a position of power, he put out himself very bottom.
It says, verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
So they've taken crafty counsel against our people. That's an actual conspiracy. What they did after slavery is they fed us a different God. Something, someone, an entity that doesn't exist. Wood and stone. That wood and stone being named Jesus Christ. Now, we're not saying that the Messiah didn't exist. Absolutely he did. And we acknowledge him and give him all praise and honor and glory. What we're saying is that's not his name. That was a name given to our people during the time of slavery, which was a conspiracy. Then they call us Negroes. From Negroes they call us black. Black they call us African American. How are you going to change in color? Thank you. How are you going to change over time our nationality to be a different name every single time? What is it? Every few decades something changes. So now we're supposed to go to these people. But you're right though.
Once you tell the truth will change. Once you tell a lie, you're going to have to keep it going.
Keep it going. Right.
Eventually, have no lies to tell.
And that's what's happening right now. His ways are being searched out.
Verse 3 again. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against the hidden ones.
Right, so they consulted against us. Right, it was a conspiracy to put us out of earth. If this man can somehow make all of us docile and kill us all, he'd do it. He would do it. Because if he could kill all of us, then that means that there's no promise to be made to anybody anymore. This man would just keep ruling. But that's not going to happen. Job, 14, Brother Tony talks about it too. But this man only has a certain time that he's actually going to be able to keep his lives going forward.
Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short?
It says since man was placed upon the earth.
Hey, money.
We just gloss over it. What that
Yeah,
means is that
right there.
this man, ever since he came on earth,
Oh, okay.
always predestined,
That's the trash bag.
right now, but to go down. The Most High always, he had this plan laid out before the earth was even created. Like before the world was created, the Most High had this plan where Esau was going to be born, and eventually at that perfect time, this man would go down. His entire kingdom would just fall. That's why we say everything that's happening right now was already written. Everything that was happening right now.
Hey, look, bro, I appreciate y'all.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's cool. We're talking about John too.
Well, really, that's a good way to say it, and we appreciate it, but just for the point,
This is a group that's supposed to wake our people up.
Yeah. Go ahead, grab up those seven. You know, we just edify this camera, that's all. But I'm glad you came.
Because this is Revelation 7:1, it says, after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
Because, you know, you made a statement which is, you know, it's true, but it's not true. I'm just going to clarify this for everybody. We don't give ourselves any kind of credit. We come out here and teach the Bible out of fear of the other Bible. All we're doing is teaching ourselves. We're not really waking up the elect. We're not doing anything special to make them understand. Look, it was either living in you, inside of you, having knowledge, or you don't. So really we're teaching, oh, look it up, the Most High gets it in you. It's their word, it's their message. But that's what's happening right now. The Lord is giving an increase. All we're doing is teaching. That's it. That's all we have to do. Easy job.
Because this is Revelation 7:1 again. It says, after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
So basically the winds right there represent destruction. So these angels, you literally have angels that are around the world, and they're making sure that this destruction that's prophesied to happen isn't happening yet right now. And there's a reason why.
Verse 2, it says, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. Verse 3, it says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
Right, so the sealing of the elect, and literally what you said, waking our people up, that's happening by the word of the Lord. So doing this thing and waking up our people. But we have the story where he's played it out, where he's raised up certain men to do this, to do the teaching. And that's all we're doing. We're consistently coming out here on a week-to-week basis, every Saturday, boom, right? Make our videos throughout the week, and hopefully our videos reach the elect.
Brother, there's a famous speech Malcolm X made before they killed him. The Valley of the Dry Bones. He's talking about the Israelites. We're in a dead state. We're dead to the knowledge of the true God of the Bible. Dead to the knowledge of our nationality. Let me read this. This is what he was talking about. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 9. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord power, come from the 4 winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. So we've been slaughtered in great numbers, particularly the North Atlantic slave trade. Upwards of 100 million so-called Negroes were slain, and we became dead to the true knowledge of our nationality and our heritage. We were calling ourselves black. That's not a nationality. We're the Israelites, the chosen sons of God. Let's go to verse 11. Then said he unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dry, and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts. So we lost the connection to the Most High. We were scattered, and we became slaves under our oppressors. Now we're congregating and gathering in the last days. That's why the global elites are scared. They're trying to make everybody take the juice. You see, or give you a micro electronic tagging device, like your cattle. Watch this. Ezekiel 37, verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath with the Holy Spirit came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. That's what we're seeing worldwide, brother. You're only seeing a small piece of the pie. This is a global awakening. of the Spirit from on high. That's all it is.
Levi in the house. Good to see y'all.
Yes, sir. Well, that's why we read precepts like this. Go ahead, bro.
2 Corinthians 5:10, it says, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, that every one may receive the things done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High. And I trust also are made manifest into your consciousness.
Right. So basically, the point right there is that through the fear of the Most High, we persuade men, and we have to. You know, it's funny too because yesterday I'm having a conversation with my women, and we're speaking about the scriptures. And last week, she was going to start reading. Where do I start? I said, "I start in Proverbs." I said, "I start in Proverbs like the whole day, right?" So we start in Proverbs. Now, you wouldn't think. You would think throughout the scriptures there are other chapters and books that can put the fear of the Lord in. She said she read the first two and it scared the hell out of her. I said, for real? She said, it'll do it. The whole scripture.
Go to 1 and 26.
Yeah.
That's what I told her. I said that was one. She said that was the one. He said, man, it's scary. God is going to laugh at you. I said, he has a personality. Why would he? He going to be able to do something that we can't do. You know, but, you know, we persuade men through the fear of the Most High because he's in power. He can do anything and everything he wants.
It's Proverbs 1 and 25. It says, but he hath set a knot all my counsel and with none of my reproof.
Right, so that goes to the majority of our people. In the Bible, it talks about how 2/3 of our people here in America are going to die. He's dead because of what he said. Say it one more time.
It says, Proverbs 1 and 25, it says, but ye have set a knot all my counsel and with none of my reproof.
So at not, meaning you didn't learn any of that. When it's none of my, meaning the scriptures. You didn't want to learn about the scriptures. And the learning, the knowledge of the scriptures is happening, like you said, through the prophets. And the people doing it daily. Go ahead.
Verse 26, Salaki says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes.
So hold on. God is doing calamity. Is that what it just said? I will laugh at your calamity. And when your fear comes, the Most High, He knows. He knows what you got. These hard ass people out here, 6'5", big brolic niggas. I ain't scared of nothing. Alright. The Most High knows what you're scared of. Exactly. But He gonna put that shit. Can you imagine that? Your worst fear is We talked about it a few months ago. That your worst fears are going to come to life very soon. Remember, there were more plagues than just the 10 that you read about in ancient Egypt. We talked about it, you know. You read throughout the book of Wisdom of Solomon, like the 17th and 18th chapter, the Lord plagued them with darkness. Can you imagine America, this ruthless place being completely dark? You're not hearing and seeing nothing.
America planted a seed. They planted a seed, man, and it's like a tree. And it grew. You know, at one time it wasn't about black and white. It was about religion. Now they planted a different seed, black and white, racist seed. And I really believe that's where Hitler's at.
Let me grab it.
That's just my belief because I seen some pictures over it, videos over it before he got filed. Certain books he read. They showed him on video before he got filed. He's smiling and closed the book and all this business. That's what I know.
Well, I'm glad you said that because we actually didn't finish Psalm 83, which is to that point that you just said. You know, you're speaking from
John chapter 15, verse 21. And it reads, "But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me." Verse 22. And it reads, "If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin." You see the men out here speaking? They're speaking through the Spirit of the Lord. So that's the warning that goes out for the destruction. Russia's already loading nuclear hypersonic missiles that can strike America in 30 minutes or less. Yeah. So they're saying right now we're loading our missiles into the silos because we can't win conventionally against NATO and America. So they're ready to escalate this thing into nuclear. So a lot of people walking around, they have no clue what's going on right now. This thing is getting ready to go nuclear. Yep.
And everybody distracted about some small things that doesn't even matter. You know, but it's called, you know, we fight against spirits and soul. The fight is not against flesh and blood.
Yeah, Ephesians, the 6th chapter.
But my faith is with the Most High. I really do have to go.
Yeah, Ephesians.
If you got time, brother, you know we out here. We might be out here for a couple of hours.
I'm on the country.
Okay. Hey, if I had a seat,
Not to make no excuses, but you know,
I might have a seat in my truck, brother. If I go check my truck, I need a seat. I need a seat.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I got
I
one.
might have one too. I might have one.
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, y'all gonna go out y'all way to show.
Oh yeah.
I should be sincere, you know.
Yeah. You care, we care, right?
You know what? I was going up the street to get on a bus, and I seen y'all with I made a U-turn. Because I love my brothers. I always come over here. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. I try to spend a little time with my brothers and try to understand.
Good.
And just by y'all speaking to me and talking to me, I'm pretty sure you say that you talk to me. You read. I'm not on the phone. Brainwash me. Back. You got these gatekeepers, especially the weekend. I'm always home. I'm trying to go to home and go back. Because I have over 14th Street. Gatekeepers there. I see so much. I see so much sin. Where, kind of bomb.
Oh, First Peter 2.
Make it to the house.
Yeah, we all do the same way. Little brother got
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 15. And it reads, "Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined to them shall fall by the sword. Verse 16, and it reads, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Verse 17, and it reads, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Verse 18, and it reads, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Verse 19.
Talk about all hell breaks loose. Right now, it's dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous to walk through now, but eventually it's going to be dangerous to step foot outside the church.
Verse 19, and it reads, in Babylon, the glory of kings, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellence should be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Verse 20.
God's destruction's going to come from the heavens.
Verse 20, and it reads, it should never be inhabited, neither should it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their abode there.
Jesus saying, America has to be destroyed. This place can't get built up. If this place gets built up again, that means we going back into slavery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lord ain't gonna let that fly.
It bothers me when I see people telling people to go back to their own country. You're not even in your country. Go back to your own country.
The audacity.
That's crazy. But, I gotta get ready for this. I'm trying to get this energy ready. I'm gonna have surgery.
Okay.
And I really
Praying successful, brother.
Even after my surgery, rehabilitation,
Lord's will. Lord willing.
We out here, you know, every Saturday we go right here, brothers. You know, we're not gonna stop. Hey, even if you just here, that's all we care about. You know what I'm saying? Read that precept, brother.
John, this is Psalm 82 and 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, and all the foundations of the earth are out of course.
So that's the majority of the people. It said that Yahweh Shai is the light of the world, and men love darkness. So read that one more time.
John, this is Psalm 82 and 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness.
So it doesn't even matter how much we talk. You know, if the Lord doesn't want somebody to get it, then how you can do to open up that door to say, you know what, we're going to believe today. You can't do that. Go ahead.
It says, Salaki, it says, all the foundations of the earth are out of course.
And that's the main reason. That's it, brother. That's the main reason, because the wicked's ruling. You know, he's got everything topsy-turvy. You know, upside down. Things in place that shouldn't be in place.
especially all these entertainers, they you know,